everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So, what is the worst job you can have in a sci-fi movie? My money is on people who works on ambulance, ships, or other forms of ships that has to rescue people in outer space, because they always get called to these mysterious places or planets, and when they come there they discover that, hey, this is not a rescue mission anymore, this is a battle for survival. And the movie that we're gonna take a look at today is no difference. This is my review of the quite abysmal movie Galaxy of Terror. Galaxy of Terror begins in a rather weird way, because it starts with this character that has a conversation with this weird being called the Master. And they have conversations that I didn't fully understood, and it was a little bit vague, and they talked about stuff that, what does this have to do with the rest of the movie? I thought to myself. I hope they, come back and explain something, but psych, they won't, because we will never see these characters again for the rest of the movie. So that was a weird start to this movie, because we have to go to a ship that, has to go to this planet to, rescue some people. And as I said in my intro, this rapidly turns from a rescue mission to a battle for survival, because the planet itself seems to be evil and people are dying in weird ways. It seems to be like the planet itself is trying to kill them. What is going on here? What kind of dark secrets does this planet harbors? And who is going to make out of this one alive? Now, this movie had a very, very, very predictable formula, because we have a bunch of red shirts here essentially, and they are so unlikable that I'm actually rooting for the creatures and the not so convincing special effect that is going to kill them. One character dies, and then another character dies, and then another character dies, and then another character dies, and they go away to investigate something on their own, and then something, comes and attacks them, and they die in either boring, gruesome, icky, or disgusting fashion. And it doesn't take very long time before this becomes very, very pedestrian, and we absolutely stopped caring, even though we had probably stopped caring a while ago, because, these characters are so unlikable, and you just didn't care after a while. And I was sitting there and thinking to myself, man, they're really gearing up for a very, very boring and underwhelming ending to this one. But then they did something that I did not expect them to do. When it was 10 minutes maybe of this movie left, they did something. They did something that was very unique, gave the movie a sense of purpose, was something I didn't expect them to do, and made everything kinda interesting. It was not a Hail Mary, because it was too little too late, but yet it was actually something that was kind of intriguing. And if, talented people could have gotten hold of this idea, they could have done something very good with it. If they also could have had good actors, they could have done something great with this one. But now we're stuck with this underwhelming, cliche-filled and kind of slow-moving thing that you don't care about. It has some production value that actually makes this movie look a little bit okay, in places. And as I said, the finish of this movie was good. But the rest of the movie was quite abysmal, and it really, really doesn't break any new grounds. But the fact is that when this movie was made, the sci-fi horror genre was kind of a new thing. Alien had just come out, 3 years before this, and this was released the same year as The Thing. So you could make the case that Galaxy of Terror does not, steal so much from other movies, because there weren't so many movies actually to steal from at this point. But still, when you look at this with 2024 eyes, you just see, tons and tons and tons of sci-fi horror movies, have being done a lot better than this one. And I'm not just talking about, Aliens, and The Thing. This is a bad movie. And if you don't have an incredibly big desire for, sci-fi horrors, I would skip this one. If they could have introduced this new and exciting element to this movie like 30 or 40 minutes before the ending of this movie. Maybe they could have done something with it, but now it is, as I said, too little too late. But it does help this movie a little bit, because I have to give Galaxy of Terror 26 points. It has good stuff in it, and you can see that there is a purpose to this, and there are ideas here that could have been explored and it could have been turned into something really, really good. But it's severely hampered by underwhelming writing, horrible acting, and characters you don't care about. In the grand scheme of things, this amounts to absolute nothing. So I'll see you next time for, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.